In this video for Positive Maths, we're going to look at electricity and gas bills and meter readings. So meters are used to calculate the number of units of electricity used. They're usually taken every 2 months. And it's this number here in the red rectangle that we really want to look at. Okay, so it's usually even just the first 4 numbers that are counted. So this is the number of units that have been used in total so far. So we are interested in calculating the number of units used over a billing period. So again, as I said, this is usually over 2 months. So if we look at 2 meters, this was a meter reading on the 1st of January, so 95643. And then we have the meter reading on the 1st of March, so 98341. So 2 months in between these 2 readings. Okay, so we want to calculate how many units were used between the 1st of January and the 1st of March. So how will we do this? Very simply, we find the difference between the 2 numbers. So we have 98341 minus 95643. So when we subtract these, we will find 2698. So that's the number of units that were used over those 2 months. So let's calculate the number of units used for the following meter readings. So on a bill, it can be presented using these words. So previous reading and present reading. So that's what it was before. So in our last example, that was our 1st of January. That's what it was before. Present reading, what it is now. So just to use again our last example, previous reading would have been the 1st of January. Present reading would have been the 1st of March. So we need to calculate the numbers used. You can see that the present reading will always be greater than the previous reading because they're adding on units. Okay, the other thing that we just want to mention is just a common mistake that people make. The common mistake is that they'll say the previous reading, the present reading, and they'll add them together. But that's not the case. The people would have already paid for these units used, so they just want to pay for the extra units used, so we don't add them together. So we are taking 89652 minus 86971, and we will get 2681 units. For our next one, we have 245867 minus 234965. And we get 10902 units. Okay, so pause the video and calculate the units used for the following 2 examples. Right, let's just have a look at an electricity bill, just to see kind of what it looks like, what information can be on the bill, and what information we are interested in. So, we can see here, we will usually have the address of the company. Okay, we have the logo for ESB and Electric Ireland. Okay, we're given an invoice number here, so that's just to identify which bill they're talking about, the date that it was issued on. Okay, and then here we will have the address either of the company that's getting the bill or the household that's getting the bill. They'll be given an account number. And here we have the usage period. So this is really the bill for the units between the 1st of March and the 31st of March. So this is over a 1 month period. Okay, a lot of other details on this, like we have emergency phone lines, customer care lines, billing inquiries, so just contact details and supply address. Okay, so other parts of the bill can look similar to this. So we're given information here about the units and the cost per unit. Okay, so in the summer during the day, it will have a different cost to at night, and sometimes a different cost to the evening and weekend. So other things to notice as well, they will give us the total amount due, just here, and we have the date that the bill is due as well. We don't need to really worry about a lot of these kind of small bits of information, but it's good to have a good idea of what an electricity bill looks like. So if you can find one at home, have a look at how they charge for the units, and look at the different pieces of information on the bill. Okay, so let's take just a more basic example and calculate the total. So we want to calculate the electricity bill from the information given below. We are given the previous units, the present units, the cost per unit, and the standing charge. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use these two figures to calculate the number of units used. Okay, some people get a little bit confused which ones they're supposed to take away from which. We're finding the difference between the two. So we're always going to take the present units minus the previous. Okay, so our present is 65341 minus 64287. So we find 1054 units. Okay, we then have the cost per unit. So it costs 27 cents per unit. So we have to calculate really the total cost for the units. Alright, one thing we have to watch out for here is that it's given us 27 cents. So we're going to be finding the answer in euros. So we're going to change our cent to units, to euros. So instead of having this, we're going to have 0.27. Okay, so we have 1054 multiplied by 0.27, and we will get 28458. So €284.58. Okay, now we have the cost of the units. We need to talk about the standing charge. So the standing charge is just a minimum amount that they will always charge on the bill. So this is $25.50. So in order to find the total, we need to take 284.58 plus the standing charge. This will give us our total of €310.08. So again, never forgetting our units, we'll add it in here. So our final answer, €310.08. For more information, you can visit www.PositiveMaths.ie. You can email us at info@PositiveMaths.ie and find us on Facebook and Twitter.